I don't usually do this, but the drink it got me moody, got me thinking.
All right, we are back and we are here to. Hello. You hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So we're back and we're going to be talking about the U.S. national team and their announced roster ahead of this friendly against Portugal.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon it was announced who will be included in this friendly with Portugal. They're only bringing 21 players instead of the normal 23 or 24. Including that, some big names. Jesse Gonzalez from FC Dallas, the goalie. Ethan Horvath, goalie from who plays in Belgium.
With Bruges, yep.
Bruges. John Brooks, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Eric Lecage, Matt Miazga, Tim Ream, Jorge Villafana, and DeAndre Yedlin on defense. Tyler Adams from the New York Red Bulls, which I am personally very glad to see him on the roster. Alejandro Bedoya, Lynch Gooden, Weston McKinney from Schalke, the 17-year-old kid who was part of the FC Dallas Academy. Kellen Rowe, Kellen Acosta, Danny Williams from Huddersfield Town, Juan Aguadelo, Dom Dwyer, CJ Sapong, and Josh Sargent.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty evident that this is a youthful team. That's everybody's been talking about that. I think it's great that we're doing this. I just hate that we're doing it now, post not making it.
Unfortunately,
here.
that was the wake-up call.
This is the biggest wake-up call for U.S. soccer ever. This is the point where they need to change things. And looking at this roster, I love it. I like Jesse Gonzalez in goal.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if he has a cap.
He does not have a cap.
That's something you need to get him a cap, because he could potentially go somewhere. He could do a dual.
I believe he's dual Mexican.
Yeah, and it's
don't want to lose him to Mexico.
That's something you don't want to end up playing him one day and him at the Azteca saving a shot on you. That it would be very American for that to happen. But yeah, Bill Hamid and Ethan Horvath, and I mean I don't have any complaints as far as the goalkeepers go.
No, only one I think would be maybe I'm not too much of a fan of Bill Hamid, personally, so I would like to go see with someone else on there. Maybe Luis Robles or Stefan.
Yeah,
a chance.
Robles, he's in his prime right now. He has gotten a call up before. I think Hamid probably just got called up because he is going over to Denmark, and he probably,
you might not see him for a while.
It is a step. The team that he's playing for, is in contention every year to probably play Europa League.
Yeah.
So I guess give him that, but move into the defenders, and with all the young players, you still see John Brooks there though.
Yeah. I'm personally a fan of Brooks, but he's been on the team for a few years now. Like you said earlier, he's either very good or very bad. Like the game against Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Absolute.
We might be talking about different things had John Brooks had a better game.
Yeah.
We might be talking about a team for this against Portugal that's a lot different than what it looks like.
Had they gotten a point against Costa Rica, we wouldn't have even had this game on our calendar.
Yeah, for sure. And then other names that come up, no Fabian Johnson, he is injured. But we see Cameron Carter-Vickers. I like that. I personally have heard his name a lot being floated around in England.
He does not have a cap as well, so
definitely we need to give our youth players some caps. I'm surprised that Eric Lehigh is involved. I guess it's because of the calendar. He plays in England, but he's been in the team. And Matt Miazga, ex-Red Bull, shout out Matt Miazga, best celebration of all time, tossing up that baseball and not going out of the park. Remember that one, right? Do you remember that? Might
I don't know what you're talking about.
You might not want to remember that because I think the Red Bulls definitely won that game. But shouts out Tim Ream, another Red Bull player. I like the defense, and I like DeAndre Yedlin also.
My only criticism on the defense is Jorge Villafana. I don't know what he's doing on the team at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him. I think DeAndre Yedlin's a much better option over him.
For sure. I mean, it does say something, like he's getting another chance even with another manager.
Yeah.
You know, so
he better
he
capitalize on that.
He has to do well, or he might not see playing time for another year, another couple of years. As we move into the midfield, Kellen Acosta, I don't think that's a surprise, but he needs to capitalize because he's played for the U.S. men's national team. I get it, he's young, but he has not impressed really.
Not too much. Tyler Adams, Red Bulls.
Huge. I love it. I'm ecstatic. I'm surprised. That's why I like this roster so much because that's great that we're looking at Tyler Adams, and he's definitely looking to be a great player, and I like his versatility. For the Red Bulls, he could even play out wide.
I think he's going to be starting in Portugal. I think he deserves to start, and he's going to show the U.S. national team what he could bring to them.
Yeah, and a familiar face. We see Bedoya there. I mean, I'm not too high on Bedoya.
A little older. I think maybe he might be the veteran presence in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's all right. I guess we took a smaller team, so it's whatever. But then Lyndon Gooch plays for Sunderland, gets good playing time there. That's something to monitor. And then Weston McKennie, somebody to look out for, and
only 17 years old.
Yeah.
Who knows? He could have such an impact, such as Christian Pulisic.
Oh yeah.
Not a American playing in Germany, so.
Yeah, that's definitely been. I mean, Rowe and Williams round out the midfield, but then we go forwards. We were just talking about Josh Sargent, somebody who's he's at Wolfsburg. Is it he's somebody to look out for, a young player, and you mentioned Timothy Weah.
Yeah, I'm very surprised he wasn't included in the squad.
17 as well. He would have, he's a forward, but
he's a young forward. Yeah, I think he would have. If he was included on the squad, I thought he would have been a substitution, but I think they're making kind of a mistake not getting him some playing time because I think he would be a good presence for the U.S. national team for a good number of years.
And then, Dom Dwyer, I think we got to give him a chance. And CJ Sapong. I mean, what is your opinion on Dwyer?
I like Dwyer. I think he's going to do... He's still young. How old he is?
I don't know offhand.
He's on the younger side, though.
But yes, he definitely is in his prime right now.
If he gels well with the team, I think he's going to be very well.
He already has a couple of goals, too. He
scored in the Gold Cup, I believe, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dom Dwyer, he is of the age, he is 27.
Okay.
So, Dom Dwyer could certainly be that starting striker in for the next World Cup. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And so that wraps up the U.S. men's national team. I guess we'll briefly talk about the Western Conference games.
What an upset by Houston.
Yeah, Houston is rolling, and who would have thought?
Portland got that first goal. I thought it was over. Then Houston comes and ties it up, getting the lead on away goals.
Yeah.
I thought Portland was a little shaken up. I thought they would come back in the second half and get a goal. Was completely wrong. Yeah,
especially Houston doing that on the road. Coming back on the road, and Portland obviously has a great home advantage whenever they play. And
yeah,
and when you said the resilience to be able to go down 1-0
in Portland
and then come back and good goals as well. I mean, Manotas's goal. I mean, mess up there from Antonella, but congrats to Houston, and they're on, and
they're going to play Seattle.
And then you have Seattle on the other hand. You said you wanted to see that, the Cascadia rivalry. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that?
Oh yeah, that would be incredible for a playoff Western Conference final. I'm pretty disappointed, but congrats to Houston. They deserve it, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do against Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. They went up against Vancouver in the 56th, and it was Dempsey again. I mean, this guy just doesn't age.
No.
I mean, on the U.S. picture, we've seen him decline, but in MLS, he's still a valuable player.
Yeah. For Seattle, Seattle has many options, but Clint Dempsey's always there in the clutch.
And and then Dempsey it was again in the 87th to wrap it all up. And Seattle takes that tie. They win it 2-0. So we're looking at Columbus now against Toronto in the East. # save the crew. Who do you think wins that?
All right.
Goes to MLS Cup.
Do you? I think the first leg is in Columbus, correct?
First leg, yeah, would be in Columbus.
With Josie Altidore and Sebastian Giovinco out,
Mm-hmm.
I think it can get quite bad for Toronto in the first leg.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a very good series. I got Columbus winning that first game and Toronto winning the second game. I can see them being tied on aggregate, but I think Columbus is going to advance.
Yeah, I think Columbus. I mean, I just said they have to be motivated. The supporters are cheering them on.
The whole city is behind them.
Yeah, it's not even. They don't even have that much pressure on them in a sense that it's like they aren't the favorite.
Yeah.
And they have this advantage. No Giovinco, no Altidore. They need to win that game by a goal or two.
Mm-hmm.
They need to win by a goal or two. A tie, if you tie that first game,
it's over.
I mean, it's pretty much over.
But Columbus, low-key, has been very, very good. I think up until they lost Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think they had been on like a 10...
Yeah, since the
10
summer.
game unbeaten streak.
Since the late summer. And I personally think Columbus, they're probably going to win that game. I say they win that game 1-0.
Oh,
or
okay.
2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto comes back. I think it's going to be tight at the end. I think the Toronto is really going to make it tough. I see Columbus going through though.
Okay.
But I won't be surprised if there's some late game craziness
Such as Toronto Montreal last year.
Yeah. In Toronto for sure. And then when we go across to Seattle and Houston, who do you see going through?
I think it's going to be less competitive. I think Seattle's going to win both legs.
Yeah.
Seattle's going to win Houston maybe like 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes back to Seattle, I can see it being like 3-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to see Houston continue this.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just don't have the talent.
No.
They have the momentum, and we'll see, first...
Seattle's quite a brick wall.
Yeah, I mean, first game, it really depends on what Houston we see. If Houston decides to show up,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If they don't get a result first game, it's like the same thing I said before.
They're home the first leg, so
you go to Seattle. I don't think so. I think it will be Seattle and Columbus, and in the final. So we have a consensus there.
Seattle Columbus MLS Cup.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to have a little bit of break from MLS when we come back from our show next time. But catch us next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. This is Liam.
I'm Tevin.
All right. Have a good one.
See you next week.
Go ahead, pick up all this cash. You danced all night, girl. You